doesn't work for you to shoulders back, breasts out, headlights going, and try to look as bitchy as possible.
We've had MasterChef royalty in the kitchen before, but no one like this. All the way from sunny California. Welcome to MasterChef Australia, the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle!
Woman is being paid millions of dollars to show how to cut into a pineapple.
Oh my God, who the hell is sated by one tiny little bite of pineapple?
She travelled all the way to Australia, stepped onto one of the country's biggest cooking shows, and in just 10 minutes gave viewers a whole lot to talk about. Many people watching felt her cooking fell flat, questioned the judging, and even said some of the conversations felt awkward and uncomfortable. Social media exploded almost right away, and people are still talking about that appearance. Clips and comments spread fast, with many viewers sharing their opinions and debating whether she really belonged on the show.
Can I ask you, please, Meghan, what is your favorite dish to cook for the family?
It's a tough one because I have a lot of palates to appease. My husband, being from the UK, loves a lot of meat, potatoes, cream sauce. California girl, I like grilled fish, grilled meats, lots of citrus. I just like using really pure, natural herbs and spices. You know, again, if you can pull fresh herbs, like, do you say herbs or herbs here?
We say herbs.
You do?
She don't cook.
I'm sorry.
She don't cook.
It's weird.
Megyn Kelly saw the situation and made her opinion crystal clear. She called the whole thing a complete disaster, and her comments this week were direct, blunt, and impossible to miss. Her conclusion was simple. Here was someone who built a big part of her public image around cooking and kitchen products, then appeared on MasterChef hoping to prove she could stand beside experienced cooks. But when the moment came to name just one meal she regularly cooks for her own family, she couldn't give a clear answer. Not even one. The comment section became even louder. People posted remarks like, "MasterChef of what? Popping corn in a bag."
Why can't she name the favorite meal? I've got a lot of palates to appease. So does every mother on earth. What are you saying? Of course, obviously you have more than one child. You do, but somehow we managed to find an option, and most mothers, or fathers if they're the family cook, would have it at the ready.
Her favourite dish is word salad. A dish fit for a duchess? Have a tripe sandwich, Meghan. Right, so put the kettle on. Loves. The online reaction quickly turned into a massive pile-on, with many commenters saying she had invited that level of criticism through her performance. Then viewers saw a pesto made from a part of the ingredient that many people would normally throw away. After that came a surprise phone call that many described as incredibly awkward, and it quickly became another major talking point online. To top it all off, one facial expression had viewers saying they had never seen anything quite like it on daytime television.
Things are up. We've had a phone call to studio.
Hi! Oh, my husband's here.
Wow! They don't give a shit.
It was time to meet the judges, and the atmosphere already felt tense. There were even reports coming out of Sydney claiming that one of the judges appeared visibly emotional, although many viewers felt the programme didn't spend much time focusing on that moment. But for a lot of people watching, that wasn't even the biggest talking point. Instead, many felt the most awkward part was simply watching her reactions and expressions the entire time. Every pause, every smile, and every comment was on full display, leaving viewers with plenty to discuss afterward. From the very beginning, one question kept popping up online.
This is nuts, Meghan, because, you know, the whole concept of Meghan's guest appearance was framed around the idea of a dish fit for a duchess. So it's like, what? That's okay. But describing you as royalty is...
Can she actually cook? That was the setup many critics couldn't ignore. She appeared on MasterChef, a show where people expect contestants and guests to have real confidence and knowledge in the kitchen. Because of that, expectations were high from the moment she walked onto the set. According to many online reactions, things started feeling uncomfortable within just a few minutes. Then came what many viewers considered one of the easiest questions of the day. What do you enjoy cooking for your family at home? It seemed like a perfect chance to give a simple, personal answer. Instead, she paused, tilted her head slightly, and replied, "Oh, that's such a great question. That's such a great question." For many viewers, that response immediately stood out.
She does. is crudités and dips and fruit. So she's a woman who has a cooking and lifestyle show, who sells cooking and lifestyle products, is appearing on a cooking reality show, but she doesn't cook. She makes dips with crudités. Because I'm sorry, that is the easiest question to answer. And she doesn't cook for Harry. Poor Harry. He's not getting home cooking from Meghan Markle.
On a cooking show, people often expect someone with a food-focused public image to answer that kind of question without much hesitation. One commenter wrote that the phrase sounded like a way to pause before thinking of a response. She always says, "What a great question," to buy herself a second to think up an answer. They wrote, the remark received nearly 1,000 likes, with many others saying they believed they had noticed the same habit over the years. When she eventually shared an example, she mentioned carrot top pesto, made from the leafy green tops that many people usually throw away. That answer quickly sparked another wave of online discussion, with some critics responding even more strongly and questioning whether it was the example they expected to hear. Some critics argued that she doesn't appear to spend much time cooking and instead focuses on simple food presentations, like dips served with crudités, while presenting them as part of her personal style. In their view, food has often seemed more connected to her public image than to a long-standing personal passion or hobby. The joke started spreading almost immediately, with playful comments about Prince Harry and the family filling social media feeds. Many people pointed out that she sells jam, promotes cooking-related products, and has built a lifestyle brand connected to home cooking and the kitchen. Because of that, some viewers expected a more detailed answer when she appeared on national television and was asked about meals she regularly prepares at home. When they didn't hear one, the discussion only grew louder. The comment section became relentless. One person wrote,
Totally agree. And it was obvious when you watched her stupid show that her biggest recipe was the Martha Stewart recipe for one-pot pasta, which she stole. It was very clear if you line up the two recipes next to each other, they are virtually identical, which tells you...
So obvious she can't cook. Couldn't even name a dish for her family. Embarrassing. That post gathered more than 700 likes, while many others shared similar opinions. Some viewers felt her answers were too broad, saying she spoke for a while without giving a direct response. Others even described it as cookery cosplay, suggesting she looked the part, sat in the chef's chair, and had all the right kitchen props, yet was surrounded by experienced chefs who had spent decades building their skills and reputations. Then the dessert round arrived, and many viewers believed the situation became even more awkward. After being told she could taste anything available in the kitchen, she replied, "If you can pick it, you can have it." That line immediately sparked conversation online, with some people humorously pointing out that chocolate isn't something you literally pick from a branch. Critics said the remark caught them off guard, especially on a program centered around cooking knowledge and food expertise. Others felt it was simply an off-the-cuff comment, while the moment continued generating discussion across social media. "She's that mum, isn't she?" was one reaction that started making the rounds online.
A little bit nervy, Casper?
Well, you know,
Nervy?
The ticket to the semi-finals is on the line, and very high caliber guest judge. So, yeah.
That's so sweet.
That's so sweet. That's so sweet. She should have been like, don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. Did you see my show? It got canceled.
One viewer said they went back and watched the "That's such a great question" clip 3 different times because they could hardly believe the response. Many people expected someone with a cooking-focused brand to answer that kind of question immediately, but each replay struck them as just as awkward as the first. For some viewers, the moment actually seemed even more noticeable the second and third time around. Whether she can cook or not wasn't the only reason this 10-minute appearance spread so widely across social media. Plenty of public figures aren't experts in the kitchen, and most people don't see that as unusual. What really kept the conversation going, according to many online reactions, was her facial expressions and the way she responded throughout the segment. That became the detail many viewers couldn't stop discussing. For a lot of people, the food itself wasn't the biggest issue. Instead, they focused on how she came across during her conversations and interactions on the show. Columnist Maureen Callahan, known for her outspoken commentary, watched the appearance and pointed to what she believed stood out more than anything else. In her opinion, it was the eyes. Callahan described it this way: "The second it isn't about her, the second she is not the one being talked to, the eyes just go vacant. They go black. Lights on, nobody home." That quote quickly spread online, with many people sharing their own opinions about the observation. One reviewer even nicknamed it the Meghan emoji, saying she closes her eyes, forms a small O shape with her mouth, and repeats the same expression over and over again. Other viewers pointed to different moments they noticed during the episode. One person commented that she rubbed her temples several times and wrote, "Yes, love, we can all see you rubbing your temples." Nobody is buying it. Another joked that it looked like her thoughts were buffering in real time, comparing the moment to a video game character that had suddenly lost its connection. One of the more widely shared remarks imagined a tiny 404 error flashing across her forehead whenever she appeared to pause or lose her train of thought, adding yet another layer to the online conversation.
You're a brilliant cook, but you definitely need to try everything together with this dessert.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even more so than usual. I would
Megyn
say.
nods. Yeah, what she said. She took forever to get the spoon up to her mouth. Like, that was her evincing her disgust. Like, she didn't want to try it. She was already disgusted when he said he was going to do it. In fact, she was outraged.
Then there was the outfit. On a bright, colourful daytime cooking show filled with energy, she arrived dressed completely in black, and many viewers immediately noticed the contrast. Online, some people even compared the look to Morticia Addams does MasterChef, saying they felt it didn't match the cheerful atmosphere of the program. Next came the tasting segment. She was handed a spoonful of celeriac ice cream, and many viewers felt she took an unusually long time before trying it. As the camera remained focused on her, some people said her facial expressions appeared especially dramatic, turning that brief moment into another widely discussed topic online. Some viewers believed the chef's creation didn't need such an extended reaction, arguing that the moment seemed to last much longer than necessary. Critics said everything from the slight head tilt to the pressed lips and carefully timed pauses looked overly deliberate. As a result, reviewers analysed nearly every expression and gesture shown on screen. One viewer summed up their opinion in just 4 words: lizard tongue, mean girl. For many people, one detail stood out more than anything else. She spent years working as an actress, so some viewers expected her to look completely comfortable in front of the cameras. Instead, critics argued that several interactions appeared stiff, overly rehearsed, or lacking the natural flow they expected, and that quickly became another major point of discussion online. One reviewer described it by saying she seemed to struggle to come across like an everyday person despite her acting background. Others questioned how that matched the confident public image many people had come to associate with her over the years. Viewers who expected a warm and effortless host said this appearance gave them a very different impression.
Markle doesn't like food. And I'm someone who loves my food. You know, Megyn, I battle with my weight. I love my food. It's like my passion in life. And I can really pick out that Meghan Markle doesn't like food. She loves to drink, right? She's a big drinker. She always has a cocktail in hand, always has a wine in hand. Again, not attacking that. You know, I like a drink too.
Then attention shifted to her interactions with Po Ling Yao. Po came across as cheerful, friendly, and full of positive energy, qualities that have made her popular with many viewers over the years. However, some people watching felt that whenever Po tried to bring that upbeat spirit into the conversation, the exchanges became unexpectedly awkward. As the episode continued, several viewers commented that Po seemed less energetic than she had been at the beginning, leading to even more online discussion about the overall dynamic between the two. One person even joked that she looked like she was fighting for her life during the segment, and the remark quickly spread across social media. Critics argued that the chemistry between the two never quite came together, and with cameras capturing every reaction, those moments became some of the biggest talking points from the episode. If you thought the pesto moment was the most awkward part, many viewers believed another scene easily took that title. The moment that received the most online attention involved Prince Harry and quickly became one of the most widely shared clips from the programme. Partway through the show, viewers got an unexpected surprise. Out of nowhere, Prince Harry appeared on a FaceTime call, catching both the audience in the studio and viewers at home by surprise. He showed up in a small video window on the large studio screen, waving to a room full of contestants and guests who had gathered for a cooking competition. The unexpected appearance immediately grabbed attention and became another major topic across social media. One of the most popular comments described the surprise FaceTime call from Harry as the most cringe-worthy thing on the entire show, and more than 1,100 people agreed with that opinion. As the discussion continued, that comment kept attracting more attention and eventually collected over 1,100 likes. Columnist Maureen Callahan also questioned the segment. arguing that a brief FaceTime appearance didn't add much to a cooking competition and instead shifted attention away from contestants competing for what could be a life-changing opportunity. Many viewers speculated that the surprise call had been planned in advance, while others felt it came across as overly rehearsed. One reviewer even claimed the production team was more interested in the attention surrounding the royal connection than the guest appearance itself.
But I genuinely believe she is not a woman who likes food, who enjoys food. Food for her is some type of weird social status thing. And so, yes, those poor kids, no one wants to go out and forage for their dessert.
Another commenter argued that the brief cameo from Prince Harry became the main attraction for some viewers, a claim that sparked even more debate online as people continued sharing different opinions about the episode. Critics argued that moments like these were meant to grab attention and create extra buzz around the episode. Some viewers even joked that the biggest reaction of the night came from seeing Prince Harry appear on the screen rather than from anything happening in the kitchen. Later, while tasting one of the dishes, she remarked, "Oh, H would love this," and that line quickly sparked another wave of online discussion. For some viewers, the comment shifted attention back toward her personal life instead of the contestants and their cooking. That became yet another topic people debated across social media, with opinions divided over whether the moment felt natural or unnecessary. There was also a joke making the rounds online that many people said captured the public reaction to the couple. One viral comment exaggerated the FaceTime appearance for comedic effect, suggesting she suddenly seemed much more engaged once Harry appeared on the screen. Others argue that the surprise call simply wasn't needed and took attention away from the competition itself. Critics claimed it made the appearance feel less like a guest judge contributing to the program and more like a moment designed to keep the spotlight on familiar faces. By the end of the episode, many critics felt that summed up the entire appearance. She arrived as a guest on the program, but some viewers finished the episode feeling that the attention repeatedly shifted toward her, rather than staying on the contestants and their performances. Columnist Maureen Callahan argued that she was expected to be the episode's biggest attraction, but in Callahan's opinion, the appearance never fully delivered on those expectations. Critics also claimed the production appeared to give her several opportunities to stand out throughout the episode. Some viewers pointed to small details, including an on-screen caption that read, "Make it sparkle," which a few people interpreted as a playful reference to Meghan Markle.
There's been a lot of reaction to this, suggesting she can't go anywhere. She's a disaster tourist. She can't go anywhere where that doesn't bring up a tragedy, where she doesn't insert herself, or in this case, her family, right smack dab in.
Whether that was intentional or simply a coincidence became another topic of debate, with many online saying she didn't appear to notice it at all, giving viewers one more moment to discuss. Then there was another moment that caught plenty of viewers' attention. She took time to walk over and speak with each contestant individually, and some critics felt those interactions shifted the spotlight away from the competition and back toward her. Megyn Kelly offered one of the strongest criticisms of that pattern. She described Meghan as a disaster tourist, suggesting she often becomes the center of attention wherever she goes. That remark quickly spread across social media, with supporters and critics debating whether it fairly matched what viewers had seen during the episode. Another detail also sparked a fresh round of discussion. After the episode aired, reports and online conversations claimed the introduction had been edited before broadcast. According to those reports, Poe was originally said to have welcomed Meghan as MasterChef-royalty during filming. However, viewers later heard an introduction describing her as a global icon, a philanthropist, a humanitarian. Those reported changes quickly became another online talking point. Some people questioned why the introduction may have been adjusted, while others felt it made little difference to the overall reaction. Even with the revised wording, many critics believed it didn't change how viewers responded to the appearance. The conversation continued well beyond what happened on camera. Reports and online speculation claimed that behind the scenes, Poe had been left in tears after filming. However, those reports were widely debated and were not independently confirmed. As the claims spread, they became another subject of discussion across social media and entertainment outlets. Maureen Callahan also commented on those reports, saying it would not be a Meghan Markle appearance if somebody wasn't reportedly left crying. Presenting it as part of a broader public narrative that critics have discussed over the years. The episode itself did not show any such moment, but the reports, headlines, and online comment sections kept the conversation alive long after the broadcast ended. Many critics felt the discussion surrounding this appearance only grew stronger after the episode ended. Even with all the online debate, reported edits, and endless social media conversations, plenty of viewers said they were left with a negative impression of her role on the show.
Kids jump in a lot, especially with the garden. I think it's such a nice luxury to be able to have so much space and things to cook. And if they say, Mama, can I have dessert? You say, if you can pick it, you can have it. So
You can't pick chocolate.
No, you can't pick chocolate, which is great.
But for many people watching, that still wasn't the end of the story. There was one more moment that grabbed viewers' attention, and for a lot of people online, it became the funniest part of the entire episode. As she spoke about food and cooking, some viewers began revisiting older interviews to compare how she had described her childhood over the years. They pointed to several different stories that, in their opinion, didn't seem to match up with one another. During MasterChef Australia, she spoke about growing up around fresh, home-cooked meals and watching her mother prepare food from scratch. Critics then compared those comments with stories from her Netflix series, where she described being a latchkey kid who often came home to jack-in-the-box tacos and microwave dinners. Others also highlighted past remarks about eating at the Sizzler salad bar or dining at Musso and Frank with her father. They argue that these different stories raise questions about how her experiences had been described across various interviews. Critics placed those interviews side by side, saying the stories appeared to change depending on the setting or audience. They noted that each account came from her own interviews and public appearances, delivered in her own words, leading viewers to debate which version they believed best reflected her experiences. One reviewer compared the interviews and asked, "If your mum was such a wonderful cook, Meghan, why did you keep telling everyone you had to teach yourself?" That question quickly gained attention online, with hundreds of people agreeing and asking for a clearer explanation. Many critics argued that the different accounts were difficult to reconcile, while others said the contrasting stories simply fueled even more debate across social media and entertainment coverage. As the debate continued, some commentators even brought up one of the late Queen Elizabeth II's most well-known remarks as part of the wider conversation. Recollections may vary. That famous phrase quickly resurfaced as critics compared different public stories she has shared over the years. In their view, some details appeared to change depending on the interview or audience, leading many people online to question which version they believed was the most accurate. For those viewers, that became one of the biggest takeaways from the MasterChef appearance.
They can go pick a nice piece of fruit or whatnot, but no, we always have a nice, as my husband would say, pud after dinner.
Oh, those poor children. If you can't pick it off a tree, you can't have it as dessert. Okay, great. Sounds like a lot of fun, Dan.
She's that mum.
Critics argued that the episode sparked questions not only about cooking, but also about consistency in her public image over time. One commenter summed up their opinion with a single word: insufferable, and that description was repeated by others throughout online discussions and comment sections. When many critics looked at the appearance as a whole, they felt it reinforced concerns they had already been expressing for years. She has built a lifestyle brand centered on food, home living, and cooking, and this appearance gave her an opportunity to showcase that image on one of the world's best-known cooking shows. Instead, many viewers said they were left with more questions than answers. In just a few minutes on television, the episode generated a huge online reaction that spread almost immediately. Megyn Kelly described the appearance as a disaster, while Maureen Callahan argued that the focus repeatedly shifted back toward Meghan herself and shared her own views on why she believes that happened. Those opinions, along with many others from across social media, kept the conversation going well after the broadcast had ended. Across social media and YouTube, many commenters questioned whether her public image matched what they believed they saw on screen. One word kept appearing throughout the discussions: cringe. For many critics, it wasn't just about one awkward answer or one uncomfortable moment. They argued that this single appearance brought together years of public debate, making it one of the most talked about television moments online. Whether people agreed with those opinions or completely disagreed, the episode sparked a huge conversation that continued long after the credits rolled. Now it's your turn to weigh in. Which moment stood out the most to you? Was it the carrot top pesto? The repeated "that's such a great question" response? The surprise FaceTime call with Harry? Or something else entirely? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I always enjoy reading your opinions and seeing the different perspectives everyone brings to the discussion. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future uploads. Feel free to share this video with anyone who's been following this story, and if you have another topic you'd like covered next, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.